further and further and further, and I stopped him again and I said, well, don't you realize what you're doing? I mean, if you get caught, you will spend the rest of your life in prison. But I promise, if you let me go, my family won't press charges. Just let me go right here. I can get back to my house, and it'll be like none of this ever happened. Please, just let me go. He stopped and looked at me and smiled again, and he said, I know exactly what I'm doing. The only difference is, I'm not gonna get caught. And then we continued on. And we went so far up into these mountains that we crossed right over the top of the mountain and we started down the other side. And at this point the sun had just barely come up, just barely peeked over the mountains. And when we started down the other side, I was so scared and so worried. He wasn't gonna let me go. What was he planning on doing with me? He said he was gonna rape and murder me, but then he said yet. So clearly he had some kind of plans in the future, but what was going to happen? And I remember we were about a quarter of the way down the mountain, still quite close to the top, but far enough that if some really, really adventurous hiker who was hiking ridgelines wouldn't venture down this far. And we came to a grove of trees, which, shock horror, is not that uncommon in the mountains. You pass trees